I even go with a Malcolm Gladwell, like a reference point. It's gonna require at least 10,000 hours at minimum to reach that level of mastery. You can't put 10,000 hours in hustling from idea to idea.
Right. But Tweezy, it's my passion.
Right. It's what I love. Yeah.
I'm sorry. F your passion. So Tweezy, we got to keep it real, man. It's a pandemic going on out here, and I just want to know, like, how you feel about it. You being a very successful entrepreneur. We've been in business for what, 11? This is our 11th year now.
Mm-hmm.
This is our 11th year.
Yeah.
So you've seen the ins and outs of entrepreneurship, how things go down. Like, you know the real out here. I think me personally, you're very, very, very knowledgeable of the question I want to ask you, and you are able to give direction on it. Because I'm seeing a lot of folks out here and they falling on their ass. And do you think that we need more entrepreneurs?
Do I think we need more entrepreneurs? Woo, that's a loaded one. Because I know that my first response was to say no. But then I think it's more complex than that for me. It's more complex than that for me.
In what way?
I feel both ways about it. I don't think we need more of the type of entrepreneurs that we've been seeing. That's probably how I would answer it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm around with you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like you said, the pandemic, there was a major climate shift for us globally, socially, economically. Like, a lot of people lost jobs, companies flatlines, restaurants shut down, many people lost loved ones. It was a quite a era of time that we've been going through. And out of that sprung this whole like entrepreneurial drive to create and to chart one's path. And I think there's beauty in that because it opened up a lot of opportunities for people to explore their passions and their interests in ways that they might not have done before, out of necessity. Some people just out of necessity. I don't have nothing. I don't have a job. I need to figure something out. But I think what's happened is that we've created so much of an excess supply of entrepreneurs in all types of industries from people who lack a whole lot of insight and business acumen. And what's happened is that it's just kind of flooded the marketplace with a lot of, and I'm not saying this in regards to people, but just in terms of what these people are putting out, it's flooded the marketplace with a lot of trash, like garbage in regards to people building and launching things that have no concept or respect for the actual marketplace. People are just spinning up businesses, throwing money at YouTube videos. Every time I go on YouTube, it's somebody trying to tell me they know 5 ways to get rich or become a millionaire.
Click my link and I have, you want to make $500,000 in your sleep? I'm like, come on, man. Like, no, I don't.
Right.
Not the way that you finna try to make
not from what you,
right.
You ain't finna lock me into your funnel so that I can pay $5 here, $50 there, $500 there, $5,000 there, $50,000 there, and not get shit.
Right.
But a whole lot of, IOUs. That's what's really set up. It's this, everybody's building out these funnel schemes. No knock to Russell Brunson, I think the guy who started ClickFunnels. The product in and of itself is dope. The guy who built the funnel, that whole funnel system. But a lot of people have taken that and like made it a gimmick and a sales tactic to just pump trash out. There's all these coaches and gurus and I'ma show you how to, and people are locking in and spending their money. And what's happened is this a lot, and I'm not saying that represents all of the entrepreneurs that have come out, because there are people who've stepped out and just tried to launch their own brand, their own clothing line, start a restaurant. And like I said, I think it's worthwhile to try. But to be honest with you, I think there's just been so much garbage made and put out because people haven't taken the time to really assess the market themselves. I think there's just a lot of, what do I want to do? What do I love? What's my passion? What's my dream? And the marketplace gives no fucks about you.
At all.
They don't.
That's the important part. And that's the thing too, because you keep saying it, and I wholeheartedly agree, because people want to come out here and do things their way and don't have not nan bit of knowledge of the market or how it will or if the market is receptive. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And so they're just out here, like you said, just putting out all kinds of stuff. Like, oh, I'm gonna do it this way, I'm gonna do it. And it's just a complete cluster of garbage, trash. It's like, that's like, why would you even do that? Like, did you even look at this? You just throwing shit out at this point.
Yeah.
Like at this point.
And we've had clients come to us. I mean, people who just show up like, hey, I need a logo, I need a website. And when you dig deeper, I mean, people are coming, I mean, we'll have budgets. I mean, I don't even want to even say, I've had people come asking for things with budgets that have just been like a disrespect. I mean, it's borderline like, I'm not even finna reply to this email disrespect. Like, you know, and I mean, it just is what it is. People are trying to figure it out, you know. I want to make this point. This is probably one of my underlining principal thoughts around this entrepreneurship, but even life in general. You know, this is my opinion, I would say. Mm-hmm. I think that the average person struggles with figuring out what are the right activities to do each day. Like we're all actively tasking away. We're doing stuff. We got careers, you know, jobs, families. Life is happening day to day. But I believe that the average person struggles with trying to figure out what are the right activities to do each day.
To yield.
To get to truly get to a level of success in any area of life. I think that's the contention. That's why we're watching the YouTube videos, we're reading the books, we need mentors, we need mastermind groups. People are trying to figure out, what the do I do? What am I doing? And that critical thinking is what's missing. And I think out of that has sprung a whole generation of entrepreneurialism, which is good in theory, but that lack of critical thinking and ability to rightly discern what are the wrong activities versus the right activities that I need to be doing. We talk about this in another video. What are the proper KPIs, the key performance indicators? How do I know I'm actually on track in terms of what I'm actually creating to build something that's going to be sustainable and scalable in the end? You know, like, and there's this drive to like get this bag, and like, I'm trying to get this bag. Everybody's trying to get the bag and get this whatever, and by any means necessary. And it's led to this garbage. I mean, my God, we need more. We need the trash collectors. We need people in that business to clean up all the garbage that's being put out. Because there's so much. It's so much. And it's a lot of attention. A lot of people are brain draining attention around things that aren't even going to be around in this couple of years, you know. And here's another thing that's just going to happen. It's just by nature of economies. Economies go through cycles, economic cycles. We're moving into what they're predicting to be another recession. As of 2023, we're moving into a recession climate. That this recession can last a couple of years, we don't know. But the impact and implications of that will be a large sell-off of business, a large shutdown of operations, a large migration. They call these swings wealth transfers. Because those who are in position and have actually positioned themselves in the market, those who are actually creating operations and products and services that have true sustainable needs, the people who are actually thinking through what are the right things and activities that I need to be doing as an entrepreneur, business owner, my team, the right KPIs, those that are doing the real work will withstand the storm of recessions. Recession is almost like a cleansing in and of itself. Like it's almost like Mother Nature like will take us through a cycle of its own. Like, all right, everybody's over here on this wave. Everybody's gassing up all of this. Now all of a sudden there's going to be a reset. And then you'll see who's going to be standing in the end. Like it's almost like you don't even have to necessarily compete. You just need to sustain. Because the majority won't. A lot of people will come in. I have plenty of friends, peers, even clients that have gone through their own like starts and stops with idea from idea. This hustler mentality, just figuring it out, trying shit, just doing things.
Don't work, try shit,
don't work, right. Right. And that mentality and approach to life and to business isn't sustainable because there isn't any true like discernment or ability to like step back and critically think like, what am I actually trying to do? Like where's their need first of all in the market? Where are the opportunities at? And where do I have the proper skills and knowledge and ability to create and craft a solution for that? Now let me get that out in the marketplace as fast as I can to test it to see, can I meet that need, and then build a business model around that, a structure around that, systems around that, processes around that. Like that type of approach, that science and engineering around business is no longer respected because you have these get rich quick people who are popping up online, internet influencers. They're getting all of these, they're going viral. They're, this guy over here just launched this thing in 3 weeks and he made $1 million. That's not gonna happen for 99% of entrepreneurs. Those anomalies are not the norm.
And I think that's something that people need to understand as well. Kevin Samuels used to talk about this all the time in his industry. Like, probability and possibility is two different damn things. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you just said, homeboy just came up off of $1 million in 3 weeks or whatever.
Right.
But that's not happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like just being able to actually, but to map something out, if you try, like you said, now let's focus on sustainability rather than $1 million. And then within time, you can get to that point. You see what I'm saying? But it was like, oh no, I'm trying to get them $1 million too. I'm trying to get that $1 million too.
Right.
It's this, you chasing and you running fast, Speedy Gonzalez, you're gonna give out.
Right.
You're gonna give out. So like, I definitely want to make that point.
Yeah, I think what you said is key. Like, instead of chasing the million, chasing sustainability, scalability, longevity. These are when you really sit down with a person who's building something that's viable and has a long-standing reputation, when you sit down with a person who has weight in regards of their entrepreneurialism, whether they say these types of things, you get a sense of like, okay, this person is like, okay, I need to stay around or keep watch because this person sounds different. Doesn't feel like somebody's chasing, trying to figure out how to be the next wave or the next win. Like, this person is building something that's going to be here because they come across smart. They come across somebody who's educated and aware and knowledgeable about what they're doing. Like, those are the people who are going to be around because they're always innovating and iterating and pivoting where needed versus that hustling, like, I'm just trying to do whatever to be on because I'm just trying to get this quick dollar. So yeah, I think that, do we need more entrepreneurs? We don't need more of that type of entrepreneurship. No, we don't need that more of that. Like, and eventually those people are gonna find themselves phasing out anyway, just by nature of time and the cycles that we go through.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, survival of the fittest. I mean, it's a real thing. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, for whoever's watching, like, don't you be caught out here being one of those type of entrepreneurs. Like, if you're out here trying to start something up or you're in the middle of working something and you're trying to make it stick, like, there's some set of questions that you should be stepping back and asking yourself. One, is this a need? Am I solving a problem that has a clear need? Have you even stepped aside and assessed those needs? Like, is this product or service in an industry that can actually be sustainable? Are you offering something that's actually sustainable? Is it just some type of one-off gimmick trick that comes and goes with time? Or is it something that can actually have longevity? And then another question, is what I'm even doing day to day the right set of activities? And that, to me, is something that is a question that you can be asking every day. Like, is this the right set of activities that I'm doing right now? Because I promise you get lost trying to figure out, I need to be posting on social media. Okay, I need to be sending this email. Okay, I need to be trying to figure out this product. Okay, I need to be designing this t-shirt. Okay, I need to be working on this recipe. Like, you literally, as an entrepreneur, you getting pulled everywhere. Like, the role and lifestyle of an entrepreneur, regardless of who you are, it requires, I even go with a Malcolm Gladwell, like, a reference point. It's going to require at least 10,000 hours at minimum to reach that level of mastery. You can't put 10,000 hours in hustling from idea to idea. Like, you over here, I put, you learning things, but like,
you got to lock in.
You really got to lock in. And then here's another question. Maybe what you're locking into is the wrong activities. Maybe you're in the wrong industry. Those are some of the hard. It's almost like there's duality with that. It's like, part of it is it's going to take 10,000 hours. But don't be spending 10,000 hours on the wrong thing.
But Tweezy, it's my passion.
Right. It's what I love. Yeah.
I'm sorry. F your passion.
Right.
Respectfully though. Like that's a real like, still do your passion on the side, but it may not be your huge thing. You may be like great over here.
Right.
And this is where you're actually gonna get a lot of success and accolades. You still can do your passion, but
yeah. Let me speak on that real quick. I'm gonna say this. This might be, maybe this is a bar, maybe it's not. I think there's and there should be a slight pivot of words rather than saying do what you love. I think the reverse of that is to love what you do. I didn't necessarily love this graphic design branding thing. I saw a need. I started first by assessing a need. At the time, I was a young college student and I was at the church that I was attending. It was a mega church here in Atlanta. And they didn't have anybody that was designing or creating anything for their college department. And this is a college department, the college ministry, which had thousands of students represented, but nobody was creating anything for them. I joined on and was like, let me just help. And out of that, meeting that need came more needs and eventually more churches with those needs. Right. And I started to shape and mold a service offering around that need, constantly auditing what are the right activities that I need to be doing day to day. What do I need to be learning? What books do I need to read? I would go and find mentors just to try to help me see. So here's the thing about a mentor. A mentor is somebody who is already where you want to be that can help you see and figure out why you're not there yet. A mentor is a person who flattens time. They're able to speak to the time gap that they've already accomplished, and they can speak right into your present and help you accelerate to your future. If a mentor ain't helping you close time, then they're wasting your time. You don't need that mentor. A mentor should be condensing time for you. And so they're helping you figure out what are those right activities that you should be doing day to day, week to week, month to month, those type of activities. So I in this whole journey of entrepreneurship and my way of figuring out what I was going to do and where I was going to go, it took me a while to get into my lane to lock in. But once I locked into figuring out what those needs were, man, I was off to the moon, and since then I've been able to scale and scale and scale because of that. So it's very important. I think it's important that you figure out like what and why are you even in this field? Why are you moving in this direction? Like, is there even a need here? Asking those questions, answering those questions, because we need entrepreneurs. We need better solutions to the problems in this world. We need better ideas, doper ideas. We need that brilliance and creativity. There are industries that we have yet to even see manifested yet. There are new waves of opportunities coming. You got the whole metaverse, and there's a whole virtual side of things coming. There's going to be a day and age where we won't even be looking at flat screens, looking at layouts and user interfaces. That type of technology will be considered outdated in the decades to come. We're going to be immersed in a virtual experience where all types of products and services are gonna have to map to that reality. So yes, there's definitely a need. Technology innovation is changing a lot of things. How we eat, how we shop, how we live, how we do housing. There's a housing crisis everywhere all over the world. People can't afford where they live. There's a need to rethink real estate. There's a need everywhere. People are eating all kinds of shit, dying of cancer. We need to rethink agriculture, processing food. How do we create a healthy economy? There are needs everywhere. We need entrepreneurs, but we need the right type of entrepreneurs doing the right activities. That's the thing. So going back to this passion thing, when you were saying that, I believe it's not so much about doing what you love, it's about loving what you do. Falling in love with meeting the need. Because if you're doing some shit that you love and the marketplace don't love it, I promise you're going to be out there looking crazy, loving what you doing, loving what you love, and ain't nobody going to care about it. And you'll be wondering why you broke looking crazy. There are a lot of people out here that got a whole lot of love of what they got going on, and nobody needs that. Nobody has a need for that. So that's the bigger question, not doing what you love, but learning how to love what you do. Falling in love with you, building a passion around serving and providing a solution for people who have a need. I think that generation of entrepreneurs are gonna be around forever.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Yeah,
that's a bar. I like
out here wasting people's time with this trash, all this garbage, this garbage in this world.
That's lit.
So yeah. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you're watching this, please hit the like button, subscribe to our video. We want you to stay tuned in. We got a lot of stuff that we're talking about here. I mean, we cover things from branding, marketing, design, media. Sometimes we talk business. We might talk a little bit of politics. I don't know. But we always try to bring it back to the core values of what we do as an agency, working with our clients, helping them align their branding, marketing, design, and media efforts. If you're a person who is entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, please, in the comments, tell us about what your journey has been like. Do you feel like you are an entrepreneur, or maybe you've been in it and it's not working for you? I would love to hear you share some of that.
Please let us know what your industry is, what you're working in, and all that stuff. And I ain't gonna do that too. I was finna tell them, hey, put your stuff down there. Let us know if you should try something different.
Hey, if you want to do that,
yeah. Hey, let's run for it, man. Drop down what you got down there and let us assess and see if you need to jump industries, man. But
right. We can give you some insight.
It's been fun. I'm the Keldrick.
And I'm Antoine, and we are Fourth Part.